Meanwhile, inflation on consumer goods certainly has hit its highest level in nearly 40 years. Everyone's talking about it. The Labor Department says the consumer price index rose by 6.8% from 1 year ago. That number came out today. 6 News reporter Maria Aguilera spoke with a local economist to break down what this means for you, the consumers out there. She joins us in studio with those details. Hey, Maria.
Hey, Chris. Well, that's why you've probably noticed that consumer prices are on the rise. The economist from Waco I spoke with says the pandemic has played a huge role on inflation, but this won't be long term. Prices are on the rise for rent, food, gas, clothing, and more. It's all due to inflation, which soared to 6.8% in November compared to the previous year. It's the highest since 1982. President Biden discussed its effect on families, and he says the crisis has hit its peak.
The bottom of it all is COVID. COVID has had a serious impact on the ability to produce a whole lot of necessary products.
Economists watch the price of consumer goods to see if the cost of living goes up, and that's inflation. It means every dollar you have is worth a little less. Normally, you can expect a little inflation over a long period of time. For example, $1 can buy 2 movie tickets back in the 1950s. Today, it's closer to $20.
I would say for the next several months, 4 or 5 months, we're going to be in this situation. And unfortunately, for a lot of families,
Ray Perryman is a Waco economist and president of the Perryman Group, an economic research firm in Waco. He says the soaring inflation can be attributed to several factors. One of them is the pandemic. At first, there was a lack of spending when people were stuck at home. And then
a lot of federal money was put out into the system last year. And that money, for some folks, turned into extra spending power. Other folks had to have it to survive. But for a lot of folks, that turned into extra spending power.
When the pandemic began to ease, people started shopping more. However, Perryman says there was a problem.
The other half of the equation is the pandemic shut down the ports. It shut down the distribution systems. It shut down a lot of things. It shut down a lot of manufacturing around the world. And as you try to restart all of that, there's hiccups.
So from the pandemic to high energy costs to supply chain chaos and high consumer demand, this all led to rising prices.
And so you've got a combination of 2 different things, both of which are pretty closely related to the pandemic. And the end result is you have more people wanting to buy things and less things to buy. And that's the classic case of what generates this type of inflation.
Now, Perryman says this is a short-term situation we have to deal with, so just keep an eye out on prices, and over a few months, it should work itself out. Chris?
Yeah, we certainly hope so. Okay, thank you, Maria.